great sacrifices that men and women made, like Dr. King. We owe him and countless people we will never know a great debt.
It's just a phenomenal concept to understand and to accept that the legacy of Dr. King was one that was so strong, so powerful, his message and dream so meaningful, that for 21 years that this dinner could actually continue to grow, and not just exist, but grow to the stature that it has, to be one of the region's largest dinners honoring Dr. King.
The theme is Luta Continua, which means the struggle continues. And what are people doing is celebrating what would have been Dr. King's 80th birthday, and they're also celebrating the inauguration of Barack Obama, who will become the first African-American president. So there's a great joy in the room, and there's a great sense of hope and people feeling really good about the future.
We're celebrating Martin Luther King, but a lot of the things that Martin Luther King stood for is how I think this country has evolved to be able to elect an African-American president of the United States of America. That's very positive for us.
We have to remember that he laid a foundation for all of us to live by. He wants us to grow and change so that we can all be as one.
Next month, the NAACP will be 100 years old. Now, the timing couldn't be any more significant than that we have our first African-American president on the heels of the NAACP 100th anniversary. So it is a special time.
It's always an interesting time for me because Dr. King was killed in my hometown in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was a little girl. And I just remember that his life would be for naught if we didn't continue it. So this means so much to me.
There's many legacies of Dr. King. One of the most powerful was his legacy of service. And of course, that's what's being celebrated tonight, because everybody who's being recognized this evening has engaged in community service at very high levels. And, you know, they make him proud, sort of his legacy proud. And so it's wonderful for us to be able to participate in that and to give that recognition to these very deserving awardees this evening.
You're stopping to honor those people in the community who have embodied his philosophy of social justice and equality and are helping keep that spirit alive.
You hear us talk about the many accomplishments of our young people who have gone on to lead companies and have gone on to very influential positions. It's that Martin Luther King spirit that has moved our kids on.
The Naval Academy gave me a perspective of what our country has to offer. And all we're really trying to do is reach out to those who just are not aware of the Naval Academy and the service of the Navy and show them what they can do.
To the extent to which we commit ourselves to diversity and we begin to look like the country that we serve, and we have diversity of not just race and gender, but diversity of thought and of background, we're a much stronger Navy.
Well, I was the first Afro-American graduate, 1949, and I had 5 who preceded me but didn't graduate. But we've had quite a few since then.
I remember the struggles of Martin Luther King, remember when he was assassinated, grew up in Cleveland and the riots and everything, and so it still means a lot to me, and we've got to pass this on to the next generation as well.
I always think in my heart, what possibly can I do to assist other people? And in terms of sharing the dream, I think about the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King as it relates to love and understanding and appreciating humanity for who we really are, African Americans, and for the entire world.
I was born in 1968, and of course that's the year King was killed, Bobby Kennedy was killed, and in the primary, of course, we had Barack Obama running on the Democratic side. We had Hillary Clinton, the 2 top candidates, a woman and an African-American male. So it's, you know, we've certainly come a long way, but I do think we've still got a ways to go.
We all have a responsibility to think of future generations, but the spirit of tolerance, the spirit of working together, the spirit of pragmatism, to set aside the partisan label, work together to help solve our nation's problems. So we all have to pull together.
When I look across the yard, I see men and women walking together and they're judging each other on the content of their character and never by the color of their skin. So I think that we have come a long way, much farther than Memphis, and I just know that we'll get there. The mountaintop is here.